Alux.com, luxury and fine living. Today we'll be taking a look at the 10 most evil villains in history that lived like kings. While villains are rare these days, and thank goodness, it wasn't too long ago that evil dictators were common around the world. Some came in the form of billionaires who hoarded their wealth while their citizens struggled with poverty and hunger. Let's see who made the top 10. Number 10, H.H. Holmes, net worth $5 million. H.H. Holmes is the only villain on the list that was not a dictator. He was the first person to ever be convicted of serial killing. The multi-millionaire owned several stores and a hotel where his victims met their fate. He was convicted of 27 confirmed killings but accused of being responsible of closer to 200. Number 9, Joseph Stalin, net worth $75 million. Russia's ruler until 1952, Stalin rose to power as a member of the Bolshevik Revolution and eliminated anyone who got in his way or threatened his ability and power. With millions dead because of him, he managed to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle. One of his favorite quotes being, "Mankind is divided into rich and poor, into poverty owners and exploited." Number 8, Adolf Hitler, net worth $800 million. Many consider him the most evil person in history, although if we looked at his death count, he's far behind some of the people on this list. Millions died under Hitler's masterminded plan known as the Third Reich. He built his fortune firstly by publishing Mein Kampf, a book that later became mandatory in Germany. He used his position to acquire plenty of estates, cars, and highly valuable art. Number 7, Mao Zedong, net worth $1 billion. Chinese chairman of the Communist Party, Zedong had an extremely skewed view of how things should get done in his country. Zedong was largely responsible for the starvation and working deaths of up to 70 million Chinese citizens, manpower which he used to build his personal fortune and develop China as a world superpower. Number 6, Bashar Al Assad, net worth $1.5 billion. He is the current president of Syria and has held the position since 2000 when he replaced his father. His family has been ruling Syria for over 40 years, and while the country is currently in a civil war state and corruption flourishing, the billionaire president is living the good life with his fortunes secured in Russia and Switzerland. Number 5, Saddam Hussein, net worth $2 billion. By the time he was removed from power in 2003, Hussein had a net worth of $2 billion. Hussein's lavish expenses were tied to palaces he called homes across Iraq. Once perceived as the man who was going to help Iraq become a prosperous nation, he managed to skew the country's politics for personal gain. He underwent trial, found guilty of crimes against humanity, and hanged to death. Number 4, Kim Jong-il, net worth $5 billion. Supreme leader of North Korea until his death in 2011, he didn't do much for the people of his country, just like the current supreme leader and his son, Kim Jong-un. While widespread famine spread across most of North Korea, Kim Jong-il tried to cover it up. He put on a facade that North Korea was a prosperous country, which no one really believed. He developed a passion for the finer things in life with a budget of over $300 million just for luxury expenses such as cognac, caviar, and luxury cars.
Number 3, Leopold II, net worth $60 billion. He was the second king of Belgium and ruled for 44 exact years. He kept his position through force, and not only he mistreated his people, but also the inhabitants of Congo. Leopold II ordered that Congo be set free to improve the lives of the people in the African nation. However, corruption quickly overtook the land at the hands of Leopold, and his mercenary forces made him a ton of money exploiting the people in the region.
Number 2, Muammar Gaddafi, net worth $200 billion. Muammar Gaddafi was once a revolutionary in his country of Libya, and later became a politician who rose to the highest ranks of powers until his death in 2011 during the Libyan Civil War. While Gaddafi was still alive, people knew that he had a lot of money, but no one knew just how much. It turns out that Gaddafi was the richest man in the world, with over $200 billion in assets. He had a massive bank account in Dubai, as well as properties in London and Italy. Number 1. Nicholas II, net worth $300 billion. He was the last ruling czar of Russia. While the rest of his country wanted to progress, Nicholas II preferred the antiquated style of ruling because it better suited his lifestyle. He spent most of his time at elitist events and left the country to care for itself. He didn't even want to lead people in the first place. He simply liked the benefits and luxuries that came in being a czar, even if it was at the expense of keeping millions of people in poverty and despair. Thank you for watching. Use the annotations on the left to read the full story and subscribe to our luxurious channel. We've also handpicked these videos you might enjoy. For more luxury stories like this one, visit Alux.com.